Hey everybody. John Spalding with my man Brandon Bell. And we are going to bring you another segment of G1NBC News. As you know from before, we follow your local hometown G1NBC branding model of news, sports, shows, and NETEX. So we're going to do today's rundown of news, sports, shows, and network exchange. So companies that and organizations that we work with and that work with us that we want to help promote. So how you doing today, Brandon?
I'm very good. Looking forward to getting into our topics for today. How you feeling, Johnny?
Good. Thanks for coming.
Oh, no doubt.
Glad we could do it in person today.
Glad to be here in person live. So, everything is good. I just want to start off by giving a shout out to Voice of Radio, G1NBC, Jet Creation, ITM, our whole conglomerate team, Top Films, everybody that's affiliated with this. So, shout out to everyone. And good morning, everybody.
Cool. Sounds good. Well, thank you for that intro, and thanks for being here. Like I said that again. So let's go through. I'm going to go through and show you guys my Twitter list for the top 10 or the top stories in Cleveland that are happening from the list of followers and people that I follow on Twitter. So let's check that out. And so we have from News Channel 5, how to throw the ultimate Oscars party.
Boo.
From them again, some green is starting to appear at the Cleveland Metro Park.
It's
so
a lie.
Spring is near.
It's a lie.
We got
don't believe any of that.
Gollin626 retweeted LaCharles Bentley. Whatever you need to know about Joey Bosa is on film. Analyzing useless drills in his 40 is called outsmarting yourself.
Draft him.
Driver in Cleveland Heights police chase crashes in Cleveland.
That happens every other day.
Peyton Manning from News Channel 5. This will reportedly retire by the end of the week.
There's no possibility he put his junk in the trainer's face.
I saw that. I actually saw that, and I re-sent that article out to folks. So
panic.
Yeah, it's crazy. Let's see. Nick Foley. This is also from News Channel 5. Clearly, they're on top of their Twitter this morning. In honor of Oscars 216 tonight, WWS, I'm presenting Janessa Webb with the Best Daily Forecast Award.
Is that because of Oscar So White?
You're losing me. You're so quick, and I'm like so slow.
You don't know about Oscar So White? Hashtag Oscar So White?
Uh-uh.
There was no black nominees for any awards this year. Oscar So White.
Oh, I got you.
And it was a big hashtag thing online.
That was a big hashtag thing. It was a big deal.
Yeah, like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett talking about they're going to boycott the Oscars.
And what about the lady from Fresh Prince of Bel-Air that came out against the Smiths?
I mean, that's the first on Viv. So
she kind of laid it to him.
Yeah, well, she was like, I'm going to tell you like this. She laid it to them. She had some points, but also it's like, for what though? Like, why was is she saying that they're wrong for wanting to boycott the Oscars because there weren't any black nominees? I don't get where she came from out of nowhere from. Like, how come I don't hear Aunt Viv on like other issues? You know what I'm saying?
I hear that.
I think it was more about her wanting to stick to Will Smith.
Which black actor deserved to go to the Oscars, and for what movie and what role?
Honestly, I'm going to tell you like this. This is my honest opinion. I don't Straight Outta Compton was a good movie. I think it should have been nominated for Best Picture of the Year. As far as like actors go, as far as like any roles are concerned, I mean, like, and this is because I'm an actor for real, and this is just my honest opinion. I don't see what anybody. And I don't see like the difference between what Leonardo DiCaprio did and what the guy that played Eazy-E did, except for Leonardo DiCaprio was out there in the winter in the snow and all that stuff and eating raw fish. I mean, everybody gave great performances. I think nominations could have went across the board. I don't think it should be like I think what they did was that maybe they should widen the nomination category because it was a lot of good actors this year. It was a lot of good performances, man, and I don't think it was just 6 or 7. I think you could have ran a gamut of about 10 to 12 actors that gave some dynamic performances, both black and white.
Yeah.
And I think those guys should be recognized as well. So it's where and I think a lot of part of this whole Oscar So White thing is really just in contrast with a lot of stuff that's going on these days, and just the fact that it wasn't you mean to tell me there's not one black film or actor did anything worth a nomination?
Right.
that's the problem.
That's a good point too.
Not one.
This isn't the first time where Hollywood or other places have been accused of.
But you know, then at the same time too, because I'm always a fair person, we have won quite a few Oscars in the last few years, from Jamie Foxx to Don Cheadle, I believe, won. I mean, I know Forrest Whitaker won for Last King of Scotland. We had a big year with Will Smith, Denzel Washington. All those guys was nominated in the year when Denzel won, and Will Smith was nominated for Ali. So it's not like they haven't been nominated before. I think the problem is, and this is just about Hollywood, period, you guys need to open up the doors and allow black actors to go after some of these roles y'all give to a lot of these white actors. I mean, when we got a movie like The Gods of Egypt, and not one Egyptian is black. When you got Passion of Christ, and I saw
your Facebook thing today. So Egypt is in Africa?
Yes, it is. And
wow.
You know, hey, according to Hollywood, they think that Egyptians are Puerto Rican or they're from London or some shit or something.
I think you can say that.
Yeah, well, I mean, Egypt is in Africa, man, and if you want to if people want to be just correct when they make these movies, man, you guys should put Africans in your movies.
All right.
So I mean, ain't no black people playing. I ain't seen no black people.
So that's the Cleveland top 10, in which Brandon was able to take the Cleveland top 10 and turn it into why there aren't enough black people at the Oscars.
We'll keep rolling on now.
So now let's do Uber. What happened? Right. What happened with the Uber driver?
All right. Well,
wait. And before you do that, we are live on YouTube. G1NBC News, and we are also live on the app Stream, STRE.am. I am checking that for you guys who are listening on Stream. So we have, if you want to bring stuff in, or if you want to bring your reactions or say something, we'll bring those in live. So let's do the Uber incident. What happened there?
And well, I don't even. I've been on my phone trying to find out the details of the details, but apparently about a week or so ago, some guy jumped in his car. He was an Uber driver. He went around shooting people, and I think he killed like 6 people. Random, just at random. Yeah. And so, you know, and it was just like, wow. I mean, is that where we at now in the society where, I mean, you like now, I mean, a lot of people grown numb to it, but now you have a mass shooting or like 6 or 7 people getting shot by one person, like, I don't know, every other week now.
Yeah, to me, I think we have a high amount of that type of violence in our country. I don't know why.
I know why.
Uh-oh.
The reason why is because violence has been ingrained in our culture since day one. And eventually, you know, you're going to, when you keep on, like, you pour water into a cup, it's eventually going to fill up and flow over, correct?
Mm-hmm.
And if you keep pouring water into a cup, what is it going to do? Eventually fill up and fill over, right?
Mm-hmm.
Spill over. We've been filling the cup of violence in America for years. Okay. And every now and then it spills over. And when it spills over, this is how you get these instances. And I also think that enough, and I mean, and John, don't take no offense to this, but I mean, I don't want nobody to take any offense to this, but say, for instance, the violence in the African-American community is a highlight. You know, you always hear about black on black crime and everything like that. So, you know, the police know who we are. You know, they're looking at us, they're watching us, they're making sure. But I don't think, you know, I think honestly, you know, we should like take a look into, you know, make sure that, you know, everybody is, you know, with these. I say it like this. How can I put this? Is where
I don't know.
All right. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. Everybody, you know, that's in America, you have good and you have evil. It's not black or it's not right? You know, and that's basically what it boils down to. I just think, you know, but when it comes down to it, we have had like these mass shootings committed by, you got Dylan Roof, you got the guys who shot up Sandy Hook, you got the guy who shot people in the theater,
mm-hmm.
You got this Timothy McVeigh, you know, and honestly, I don't think that, I think that white people have been given a pass for their violence.
Is this all about white people?
No, it's not. But it's not. It's about people. You know. But here's the thing: when it comes down to now, when people say, "Oh, black on black crime," nobody says, "Oh, is it just black people?"
Are most mass murderers white?
Most murderers are evil.
Okay.
That's how I feel about it. I don't think it's a color thing to it. I just think that it's been I just think that, you know, and because it's not a color thing to it, but I also think that, you know, when it comes down to violence, for some reason, the media doesn't look at white people as white folks in general as a violent people. They look at black people as a violent people in general. The media stereotypes the Latino population as a violent people in general, but white people don't get that. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's in me. When you look at the media and you look at, I mean, that's the honest truth. When they say black on black violence, right? How come it just can't be violence? Because when a white person kills a white person, they don't say, "Oh, that's white on white violence." They just call it violence.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so what I mean is where, you know, there is a history of violence in the white community that, you know, they're not looking at. They just look at it, oh, these are individual, you know, psychopaths that goes off and do anything. But if a black person commits a crime, we get generalized. Oh, all black people are. Well, see, this is why, you know, you guys get, you know what I'm saying? And this is why police shoot you guys down when you don't have a weapon, because look what he did over here. You know what I'm saying? And I think that, you know, for a guy like the Uber driver who shot up a whole bunch of people, there was warning signs, and we can't act like there weren't warning signs.
Well, I think that's the bigger issue, is that there are warning signs, and we don't give enough funding to people with mental illness
but see, here's the thing though, like mental, how we know he was mentally ill? He could have just been nutso. Like when a gangbanger shoots somebody.
Between mental illness and being nutso?
Because the difference between mental illness and nutso is because mental illness, you get put inside of you get a doctor and a psychiatrist, and you get to go to a mental institution, and then you're released. The other hand is you just brought up for murder charges, then you get sent to jail. And you don't get no psychological treatment. You just go to jail.
Yeah. So
you know what I'm saying?
So if we had more investment in the psychological treatment of people after either before or after offenses, and we're able to better provide that type of service to our individuals, then maybe we would see the red flags.
Yeah, and I think overall America needs a psychiatrist. This entire country needs a psychiatrist. Everybody needs to sit down and talk with everybody. You see, that's why we're doing our thing. Like I got, you know. Oh, excuse me. And here's the thing. I got my opinions.
30 seconds, then we got to go to sports.
All right, cool. I got my opinions, and but you know, as a human, I can know my opinions could be right or my opinions could be wrong, but I do know what I see. And for what I see, like in general, America we have adopted violence as one of our favorite pastimes. You look at our top shows. They're violent. You look, I mean, superheroes, basically their antithesis of violence is like, hey, you know what? We can't talk our problems out. This evil person is going to destroy some stuff. We're not going to be able to talk this out. We got to go whoop this evil person's ass. Right. You know what I'm saying? And so kids are taught that violence in a degree is okay. You know what I'm saying? You know, I mean, our crime shows, people love First 48. People love stories about serial killers. People love games like Call of Duty,
investigative stories,
yeah, I mean, all that stuff, man. I mean, so you know, when you think about it, like Quentin Tarantino, he's a movie director who, I mean, basically made his money off of really good movies, but his really good movies are based on violence. I'm writing a show that's based on gangs and violence. America loved them some murder. You know what I'm saying? I mean, and I think as much as we love us some murder, we need to also love us some peace. You know what I'm saying? And start adopting that more. Like, listen to hip hop music. Hip hop music is based on women, money, and violence. I mean, that's basically what it boils down to. But you got a few artists that talk about life and stuff. But for, you know, most artists, whether you like to admit it or not, even myself, we talk about women, money, and violence.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So that's it. So I think, we just need an overall, you know.
Yeah, no, that was good. I think covering those issues, I think it was good. Talking about some institutional racism that we have in our country, and then also talking about just Americans as a whole.
It all ties into together.
More violence.
Yeah, it all ties in together, bro.
Needing towards peace and having the conversation. So
right on.
Let's do sports.
Sports.
Let's start with the NBA. Steph Curry is a monster. So Steph Curry is the nemesis for Cleveland sports right now. For those of you who are tuning in from Cleveland that are diehard Cavs fans, he is in the back of our head every day that we wake up. And every game that the Cavs
every game we play, it's all about.
And if I see him with that stupid mouthpiece, everybody else defends Steph Curry for his mouthpiece.
I'm going to defend Steph Curry for his mouthpiece, and this is the reason why. Every shot Michael Jordan took, he had his tongue out. Everybody remember that. And everybody loved it. Steph Curry has his mouthpiece hanging out the butt.
All right, fine.
He needs to breathe. So sometimes
he's so good though. That's why I'm so mad.
You know,
if he wasn't any good, I wouldn't care.
He is, man. That kid, man. Like, I'm gonna tell you something. See,
he shoots it from half court.
You can't guard it like that. Like now, he is the ultimate undefendable player because he can shoot anywhere on the court. Like, I mean, I'm pretty sure if he wanted to, he could hit shots over the half court line if he wanted to. He's doing amazing things. I mean, I can't hate on the guy, man. I can't. Like, I don't. I hate you. So but I'm gonna tell you like this though. Here's the thing. I respect this game, but I don't like his game because the reason why I don't like his game is because I'm a Cavalier fan through and through. I respect it. Like, yeah, you're a good player, but man, when we get you on the court, we need to be trying to embarrass you. We need to hurt you, not on purpose, like not shoot you in the foot or nothing. But damn it!
All right, the Cavs lost.
Because you want to know why? LeBron didn't hit the 3-pointer that Steph Curry hit.
Why does LeBron take those 3-pointers?
He should have drove the lane and hit the 2 and sit in the overtime, man.
Like, they don't want to stop him. No one wants to get in front of him.
But it's my fault. We lost because, and this is some true stuff, man.
This is true.
Like, listen, I didn't see a lick of the game up until I went out that night with my wife, and so I was able to see the game at the bar. And I didn't see a lick of the game until the fourth quarter. We were up by 13. And as soon as I started watching the game,
what's that dude's name from Toronto?
Kyle Lowry.
Oh.
Hey, man, we might be related because my father's last name is Lowry. His name was Keith Lowry. Trying. So you might be my cousin, man. See me some tickets, man, out there. And I'm a Cavaliers fan, but hey, I would love to come to Toronto. Because I'm not a newscaster.
So Cavs lost. So the Browns draft is coming up. Who are you going to take?
Honestly, I'm thinking
Laquan Treadwell.
Bosa. Joey Bosa.
Jared Goff.
Joey Bosa. Jared Goff is good, man. He's later in the first round pick, not a second round, not a second round pick. Not Carson Wentz. I like Carson Wentz. We need a quarterback, but we need we need good players. You know what I'm saying?
What quarterback do you want the Browns to get? Should we go get Kaepernick?
I'm gonna tell you, if we don't draft a quarterback, I think we should go get Kaepernick. Let's not forget the kid played in the Super Bowl not that long ago. He played in the Super Bowl, and if you look at the weapons he had, they're pretty much similar to the weapons that we have here out in Cleveland. We got Josh Gordon. We got a decent tight end.
Is Josh Gordon going to get reinstated?
I hope so. I mean, listen, I'm gonna tell you,
he's a pothead.
It doesn't matter. Johnny Manziel.
He's an alcoholic.
Technically, no. Look, Johnny Manziel is an alcoholic. And here's the thing between Josh Gordon and Johnny Manziel. Josh Gordon smokes weed and puts up 1,400 yards in a season. Johnny Manziel gets drunk and puts up 14 punches on his girl's head. That's the difference.
Ooh.
So it's just like this. Johnny Manziel, he's still technically instated by the NFL. He hasn't been suspended or anything of that nature for any of the stuff he did. Josh Gordon smokes weed and he ain't been playing in the NFL in almost a year and a half. That's hypocrisy. If you ask me, that means that, hey, maybe some of those guys in the NFL need to put down the booze and pick up some weed and get those numbers up.
Right,
maybe if Peyton Manning smoked a little weed, he wouldn't have them neck problems. He'd be able to throw, but he won a Super Bowl.
So I just want you to know that Jonah Hill gets high as F. Says, "What's up, Tone Loke?"
Oh,
oh
wow!
Man.
I got hit with Tone Loke.
That's good. That's good.
That is good. That is good. I get when I got on my shades and this beard, I get hit with Tone Loke. When I put on my skull cap and I take off my shades, people say I look like Tyrese from Walking Dead. When I have on a plaid checkered shirt or all black with a Sox hat, people say I look like Ice Cube. So I mean, yeah. I'll take all those compliments because last time I checked, all those guys are fairly successful.
The people in stream are saying they can't hear us. So who can't hear us? So who are the Browns going to draft?
They're going to draft Carson Wentz. I think they're gonna go Carson Wentz. I think they should go Bosa. Simply because every defensive player that in the last few years that have been stated that they're can't miss prospects, they've turned out to be pretty good prospects in the NFL. So, I mean, I would not overthink this, Browns. I would go Joey Bosa.
All right.
But I do like Hugh Jackson. I like the Browns organization, how they're setting everything up.
I think they're on a good trajectory.
Me too.
Well, we always do. And then
I didn't. I have not. This is the first year I believed in a long time. Do you think? Because here's the thing: Mike Pettin wasn't the first. He wasn't nobody's choice to be a coach. He just got hired here because there was nobody else. Same thing with Sherman and Jajeski. Hugh Jackson chose to come here, and he was one of the top candidates.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
that's a big difference in the regime and what we're looking at now and what we're looking at over the
And he wants to bring over all or as many Cincinnati Bengals free agents as he can.
Good, because last time I checked, Cincinnati was in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Good.
All right, so now we got to go to shows. New movies coming out. Any shows coming out that you guys like that you're watching?
Yeah. Oh, and make sure y'all chime in too and let us know. I want to hear from you guys. Movies that I'm looking forward to seeing this year is only a few, and you should know what they are, Johnny. I'm looking forward to Captain America: Civil War, Iron Man versus Captain America. I am looking forward to Batman versus Superman. I really don't sleep sometimes thinking about that movie because I'm really looking forward to Batman versus Superman. I am looking forward to The Connected web series. I'm looking forward to In Production, starring, myself. I'm in that movie as well, cheap plug. But shout out to Misha Tott and everybody involved in that film. Daniel Wisnick, my boy. That's going to be an awesome movie, man. Misha Tott, dude is a genius writer. So
yeah, that's going to be a good show.
It is going to be a very good movie. So
Are you a Transformers fan?
Am I a Transformers fan? Yes, somewhat. I would say, I would prefer Power Rangers over Transformers. I said it.
You did say it. They don't make Power Rangers movies, though. They make Transformers
They need to make a new Power Rangers movie. And the
Have they ever made a Power Rangers movie?
Yeah, they made one. There was two, actually. The second one was garbage.
I would never watch
But the first one was, amazing. One of the greatest movies ever made.
No way.
But Transformers, what, they making a new movie or something?
Yeah, they just got cleared to, they got a tax rebate to film in Detroit.
Nice.
And they're starting that this summer.
Is Marky Mark gonna be in it? Mark Wahlberg?
Yeah, he'll be back.
He doesn't like to be called Marky Mark. You know that?
Well, no.
You didn't know that?
No.
Yeah. Don't call him Marky Mark.
Just call him Mark.
He likes to be called Mr. Marcus Wahlberg.
Marcus?
Yes. He's a very serious actor now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. I'm trying to think if there's any other shows. So you talked about your show.
Walking Dead is really good right now.
We did a pilot for a cool show yesterday. It's called Coffee for Closers. That's another Brandon Bell.
I'm a busy guy. Yeah. Coffee for Closers is actually the first show of its kind. Part time, what I do is do sales for Voice It Radio. Shout out Voice It Radio, Earl Porter, Dre, and Silver B. Shout out as well. And doing radio advertising is a very stressful job. A lot of people say that job is dead in celestial radio, but in internet radio is very much alive, and so I'm giving people to join me in my adventures as I go from business to business, meet person to person, trying to bring in some dollars for Voice of Radio, but most importantly, highlight what business, what a great business that particular area is, and highlight what that business can bring to the people, and help that business make money. That's my main job, is to help businesses make money. My job is to bring people to your company. So,
and I think for viewers, if you're interested in advertising, sales, and marketing, if you're interested, Brandon gives you some great tips on how to be confident, how to be successful, and kind of what it really takes to go out there and put yourself on the line, market, do sales, meet people, network, pass out information. He does great at that.
And here's the beautiful thing about the show too, because I'm not perfect. So you can watch the show and learn what to do, and then when I make mistakes, you can learn what not to do as well. Like, I'm putting myself on the line to be I would say a sales martyr. In a way, you know what I mean? Like, when people say no, when people tell me no, I want all of whoever's a salesperson out there you watching and you want to get an advertising sale. Look at what I did. The reason why they told me no, and try to use my mistakes in order to make what you do better. When they tell me yes, look at the things I did right, and if I did something wrong, look at the ways you can make improvements. And I'll take improvements. I'll take suggestions.
Yeah,
that's the beautiful part about the show. People can chime in. People can they can comment and give me pointers, give me helpful hints, tell me if I'm doing a good job, tell me if they hate me, whatever. It's all good, and that's the beautiful part about Coffee for Closers. So we're going to be doing the episode every week, and I'm looking forward to getting back out there and and meeting some more people.
All right, cool, man. So we've done news, sports, and shows. Now we're going to go into our NETEX portion. NETEX is what we call network exchange. it's really any business to business relationship that we have at G1NBC. So we do commercial productions, so we also help promote local businesses. This is the time for any type of bartering, any type of exchanges between organizations to take place. So you mentioned Top Films Production and their new movie in production. They had a previous movie that we were both involved with called Cleveland Allegories.
Yep.
And so can you tell people out there what is Top Films Production's new movie in production about?
Yeah, in production, it's about it's really based off a true story of us filming Cleveland Allegories. Of course, it's a little, you know, it's spiced up a little bit, but overall, it's about a film crew. They're, you know, the guy who's writing the film, he's coming up with a film to you know, pretty much make in remembrance or pay homage to his dying dad. And so his crew is trying to help him get that done. And in the process, they run into a lot of crazy things. And it's going to be and I mean, I can't give any more away because it's a great movie and I don't want to give too much. But yeah.
Okay, well, we talked a little bit about Voice at Radio. Another company that's in that kind of building at the studios over there is 40 Block Studios, and they have an old boiler room that they're converting into a music studio. And these guys are awesome. We met them yesterday, and we did an interview that I messed up the sound on. So Dave, I'm going to email you, and we'll get that fixed. But they did the Delavadova song.
Delavadova, Delavadova,
Delavadova. And so they're hard working. They have their full time jobs. They have their full-time jobs too, but they come in and they're doing on the studio, getting that work done so that they could be open up this summer. So, so shout out to 40 Block Studios.
And they got really great studio rates, really great studio times. I know they're dilly-dallying in between. You know, I don't want to give those prices away, but they're going to be pretty affordable, and it's probably going to be less than $50 an hour. So if you guys if there's any artists out there and you're looking for a good place to record, you're looking for a good place to, put out your music, 40 Block Studios. There's also Studio 14 over on Superior Viaduct, where I do a lot of my recording at. They're really good guys. So it's a lot of good places for artists out here to record. A lot of good engineers out here, a lot of good trained musicians and engineers. So make sure you guys check out 40 Block. Make sure you guys check out Studio 14.
Cool. And then let's close with Debbie Fruits from an organization called A Mother's Perspective. Yes.
We actually have an interview coming up with Miss Debbie Fruits on Tuesday. Miss Debbie Fruits, I've known her for about 2 to 3 years now. She does a lot of work in the community for the deaf and the blind. And she's been fighting a good fight for many years. She has grandchildren. Her daughter is deaf, and she's been through a lot to get her message out, dealing with everything that comes along with being a parent of a deaf child, and also being a grandmother of kids. Now her kids, they're not deaf. Her grandkids aren't deaf, but those guys are smart, intelligent, bright young men, and they've been through a lot as well. And so we're going to be giving her an interview, getting her story out there, and making sure people are aware of what the deaf and blind community go through. And it's going to be a great interview, and I'm looking forward to it.
Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks, man.
No problem.
Brandon, thanks for being here today, man.
You know it, man. Hey, this is G1NBC, Brandon Bell, John Spalding. We got a lot of good things coming out for you guys this year. The Connected Web Series, in production film, music. It's going to be a really big year for us, and we're going to keep y'all in tune with the news as much as we possibly can. Make sure y'all commenting. Make sure y'all, just leave us anything. If you like the show, if you don't like the show, it doesn't matter.
That's right. If you want to be on the show, you can. After you watch this video, you can email us. COS@G1NBCUS. COS@G1NBCUS. We'll get you in the hangout on our Sunday or Saturday whenever we broadcast, and you'll see notifications come up on YouTube. So get involved and come talk with us about marketing and promotion. come talk with us about your web series or
we
your
need
episodes that
writers.
you want.
I need writers for the Connected. I'm still casting for the Connected as well. We're gonna hopefully we'll start filming in the next couple weeks. We just gotta grab a couple of more props and whatnot, and we'll be good to go. So hey, if you guys want to be involved, I'm taking all comers, all of them. So this is Brandon Bell, John Spalding, G1NBC News, bringing it to you one more time. Live. Oh,
from your local hometown,
Cleveland, Ohio, baby.
Thanks,
Cleveland,
everyone.
216. So we'll see y'all next week. Thank you so much, and y'all take it easy. Have a safe work week.